won, and the girls wanted to fucking kill me.
So you can say you want a bracelet.
No, everyone said because I was...
give it to you.
Well, Steiny pulled me the...
Opportunity to say it, you don't got nothing to say.
Did you...
I'll call a spade a spade. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just... You have something to respond to that?
I feel like she was probably going to say something in line with what he was going to...
Fucking love those guys. We're good.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Interesting. I'm still not convinced that this is worthy of $1 million a month, though. Goddamn, man. That's crazy.
Bro. Yo, just sitting here, I'm like, bro, why?
If I'm making $1 million a month,
if you really love your daughter, you're gonna coach her up on the things that high-level men are looking for, and where to navigate to not make those mistakes, like fucking in a car at Lyft. Like you have to talk to your daughter through that. Hey, maybe you should part of her.
What would he say?
He's going to say she's doing better than me right now, so I'm proud of her.
Okay.
Can I just add what I was going to say? All I'm going to say is that I agree that, like, what you guys are saying, that you guys want somebody...
Say so she needs to elaborate on it because he did.
Spade?
Huh?
Are you going to involve the other spade? I'm not saying you wrong or nothing. It's just like he's...
I've tried to articulate that.
Well, I think that's fair. What about the ERA? What about the ERA will make women equal to men?
It passes.
Yeah, but what
Honestly, if I'm gonna be real, like,
yeah, please.
I'm not a millionaire yet, but in my mind, I am. So I would love to date a millionaire.
So in your mind?
Yes.
Yeah, my mind's already like a millionaire.
So that's about...
was intimidated. We're not intimidated. We have preference. I personally don't like pickles. Because I don't like pickles doesn't mean I'm intimidated by pickles. It's just a fucking preference that I have.
Yeah.
So what happens is...
Estrogen's a bitch. Yeah, she's not
Nick,
great.
really quick. So, okay, guys, really quick before we get back into it, have you had some time to think about what rights?
No.
With men, and that's a double standard, but
it's been proven, Mr. Fox.
no, it has been proven.
I think
There's
men
an Institute for Family Studies survey that came out that showed that as women have more sexual partners, they are less happy in a marriage, and as men have more sexual...
highly dependent upon body nourishment.
Yes.
And do you agree that poor people have worse nourishment than rich people?
Yes.
So then I have to ask you.
Equality?
Yes.
So how do you reconcile being a feminist and believing in equality, but being in favor of inequality when it comes to selective service?
Because the equal...
I have girlfriends.
She
and
just
I'm
said
not...
her friend is great
A
in
lady...
bed.
Oh, well, that is
Okay.
her life. I cannot speak for
But
her.
generally, ladies...
Not always.
All right, you don't think England guy wants to smash you that told you...
Constitution that you can't discriminate on the basis of sex.
You mean the 19th Amendment?
Yeah. No.
No.
No, it would be the ERA, the equal rights.
24 only on Discovery Plus. Limited time offer.
You'll never find
a police officer, a firefighter. You'll never find anybody because you're now talking about below the 100K mark is a firefighter, a police officer, all those guys that put their lives on the line for us. They have no chance of you guys because you're just based.
She's 18, he's a 30-year-old. I'm not saying every single instance.
I'm not saying that either.
Woman getting taken
Listen,
advantage
I'm
of.
just following the logic. Are they adults at 25 or before?
I feel like you're...
But either way, whatever you take it, it does exist no matter what. Just, again...
Now, to do that, she's going to have to find a very strong, confident man that can be a leader. And he's going to have to be so strong that he's going to be able to have to keep her in his frame. And most oftentimes, not a popular thing to say, but adopt.
Remember who show this is, but you log on and start the show every day.
No, right now I'm just seeing talk for about 2 hours right now. The chat is saying you're stupid. Like you've been saying stupid shit, and you said you've been saying stupid shit. So,
Or at least in the scale of what when people typically have conversations about rights, this one would occur to me to be
Who
fairly...
would care anyway? You think that if they wanted to pass a constitutional amendment that women could walk...
What are you asking for? What do we not get that you think we should
Bodily autonomy.
Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But okay, so it's my view, though, that you're saying, well, we don't have this...
And she asked hers. And a part of the job of me as the host is to moderate it and make sure that questions get answered. So just don't forget where you're at. This is our show, not yours.
Correct.
All right, so you don't dictate anything here. I want to make that...
You're stupid. Name one moronic thing I said.
everything.
I mean, pretty privilege
and it comes with drinks that...
I feel like, does he... Okay, I feel like, but what if it doesn't cross his mind until one day you offer it? How about he never had that intention to smash you, but
That's
then...
always our intention. And I'll tell you why. Because women are...
The United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex,
Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Meaning,
you're really strong on, and we'd like to hear your stance. When it came to the equality that women could expect to receive, that they don't currently have, that you can't articulate.
I think that
say what's on his mind in a concise manner that everyone can understand. No, that's a skill set.
Well, I'm Latin, so yeah, like when you go into somewhere and you listen to literally anything, no one will listen to the
based on nourishment alone by your argument, okay? There could be women who are 25, as long as they're just in a lower socioeconomic, position. They should not. Can you give me an actual argument other than gives me the A? Like an actual argument for why this is wrong.
Yes, it puts a lot of women, and having that blanket.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Wait, can I ask you a question? If there was nothing in the bill, and the title of the bill was purely
earliest thing that you do that he doesn't do.
I don't know, because he lets me paint his nails, he puts eyeliner on, and honestly, it's the most attractive thing.
Excuse me?
I've ever.
Then hang on.
The case,
then
but
I would expect to see those relationships work out more.
yeah, they would.
Why? They don't. They
Because-
work. There's no significant deviation between the people.
Groom an adult into
This is what I'm talking about
into a
with the
consensual adult
This is what I'm
relationship.
talking about with
Unless
the
they're
preschool
grooming them into now you're going to be a murderer, now you're going to be a thief. There's no grooming.
Date you anymore. Do you know what we do? We don't date you anymore. We're not playing a game to create interest. We're just doing the thing that we want to do because we're men.
Yeah.
Make sense?
trans men are men.
Fine.
And when you break that down,
Even if I say that,
yeah.
nobody's going to dispute that there's only two sexes. If there's only two sexes, the 19th Amendment said.
You came in guns blazing, you're doing
I tried. No, I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Wait, we gotta get through at least all your notes.
No.
Hold on. Just stay.
There's
How long
only
has that
two.
been gone?
Even if you think a person can, whatever they identify as, they are that thing. Even the advocates for
your other things here.
Become a conservative.
Snowflake, third fashion.
She left it loose.
Total. I mean, I typically wouldn't revert to.
Oh yeah, the notes would. Sexual characteristic. Period.
Okay.
So in your
But the equal
hold
rights
on.
is okay.
Hold on. So we can get into the Equal Rights Amendment component of this, but you said that women shouldn't be dressed.
Well, right. So this is the thing. I don't think that it's correct to say that your dad had to sign off on the tube tying either.
I'm saying that
Instead of 22 days, therefore she's a whore. Like their perception of you is not really going to be about with how many days you make them look. Now, if we just met at Live and we start having sex in the car,
Act like this. You're building her up to be classy enough to be able to sit in that restaurant with that millionaire in Miami. Those are the little tips that you're telling her. It's an investment in the girl, not monetarily, but actually in her ability.
And have talked about the fact that they go for younger women because they're easier to mold.
you have to stop making every man as if they're like being
Actually, I'm willing to totally. I'm totally willing to engage with this. I think not have to sign up for the selective service.
And that should change.
Okay, so what you have just demonstrated is that even if we're talking about the trans agenda, that trans men.
Drafted because the Equal Rights Amendment still hasn't been passed, and women aren't constitutionally equal to men. That's the second claim. There is the claim that I want to investigate.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand why you guys take playing games, because like, okay, say I hold out for like 3 weeks. You feel me? And it's like, okay, and then you eventually
Sorts of things that you know, probably like LGBTQ. A lot of people find that gross. Do you think that that's acceptable?
That's a very different topic.
Do you think it's acceptable that they do? The most firmly against it never give any. They just say, ugh, it's gross. And I'm just like, that you can't base your life on what's gross. If so, then we would have outlawed all.
To the side, he's like, you didn't actually win, but I'm still picking you.
But no, I did win. I saw the chat. I did win. They're all
That's why he ain't coming here tonight.
whatever. But he didn't buy it for me. That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't buy it.
No, I mean, nobody can be barred from voting on the basis of sex.
Right.
Do you think there's a third sex?
No, there's I think that they're.
He makes him look like a high-level man.
Say less. I
You
just,
see what
I
I'm
just wanted
saying?
to understand
Like,
what
so she
table.
can. So if everybody, so a lot of times men get judged off their woman.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Wait, hold on one second, guys. Well, per year for you, real quick.
Well, you have to have a job at least. So I would say like at least 30,000, 35.
I agree.
A year, a month.
Because like they
A
could,
year?
They could.
People think, oh, we're pretty privileged.
Attractiveness
No.
comes first, but we're not kept through relationship just by attraction alone, just by our
Yes.
physical features alone.
Yeah, but the other things that you guys are talking about, like, oh, being comfortable.
Just a clarification, because I like when you guys talk and you want to define a word. So you keep saying the word grooming. So from what I know, what the word grooming is, it's taking someone and slowly acclimating.
To just spray and pray, and to be honest, it seems to work for him. I kind of felt sorry for him at this point. It was hard to watch.
Being discussed versus just talking to talk. You've just been talking to talk, to be honest with you. And you've kind of made a moron of yourself. So, anyway, going back to what I was saying, I think she asked him a question.
Yeah, about your daughters. What
About
would you say
daughters.
to
She
them?
didn't ask for her opinion.
No pun intended.
Yo. Alright, let's get it cracking. I'm gonna be honest, Xbox players, y'all got it, bro.
He found it best.
in his skin. You have to navigate and coach your daughter through that, as well as the signals to look for in a man. You know, one thing I would tell my daughter to look for is, does he invest in you? Is he investing in you? Not monetarily. Is he trying?
Dating someone with a kid. And
Why'd you
you've
just touch
done
me?
that.
Why you just touch me?
And you've done that.
Why the fuck you touch me?
Okay, I was just using an example.
All right. Why you?
And you've done that.
Just take a deep breath and not overlook the primal nature of wanting to be feminine, wanting to be a mother, wanting to, you know, be a part of a family unit.
Yeah, I'm 25.
I believe that
Hang on.
a woman
The
who's
prefrontal
25
lobe.
is very different
Yeah,
than
hang
a girl
on, hang
who's
on.
18. That's
Hang on.
so
Why?
different. Wildly different. They
Why?
have wildly different views.
Why are they
They have
different?
the age of consent is also not 18. It depends state to state. It's very, very different.
Yeah, but I would guess that you would want to eliminate that for non-adults.
Ready for launch.
Welcome. Bullshit wins. Flawless victory.
What do you mean at what cost?
You get it for free?
Yeah, I got this for free.
Bro, these chicks
I
get
get it
hooked
for
up
free.
all the time.
So you
Yo,
don't,
men are bad.
I've never bought a girl anything in my fucking life.
so you don't.
Shopify's point-of-sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business with fast and secure payment.
Your testosterone is only going. So your inference is that testosterone equals violence?
I think that it can. Yeah, I think that
So can-
there's.
Okay. So can estrogen make it?
Okay.
Are you an adult at 25 because your prefrontal lobe is fully developed?
I would say that's a factor. It's also experience.
Okay, but experience is.
And I would say
Hang on.
a 21-year-old.
Experience-
It puts a lot of women in very, very uncomfortable situations.
What are all the women that it
Okay,
puts
but that's you haven't. Hang on. Every relationship can do that.
They are choosing to make that decision.
Yeah,
That
all-
doesn't mean that it's not growth.
You logically demonstrate them, empirically demonstrate them, or in some way demonstrate them.
So the evidence. Would you like me to like get the paperwork or something?
Of course he's irritated. Because he has to be patient with you in order for the show to flow. So stop saying stupid shit, and the show will flow.
You get married, like you have sex, you get married, la la la. Ultimate final step in life with with a partner is having kids, creating life with them.
Right.
Right, and I have never done that. And it's gonna be my first time, right? Whenever I am.
Never made such an argument. Brian most certainly never made such an argument. The argument that we're making is very specific.
Okay.
The argument is that if
Recording
about 30-year-old
the
with
buying a
18
house
actually
for
a
the,
mole,
sorry,
they're
the
both
address is
infinite.
113A Rectory Road.
The
I
hang on,
believe
just
Sammy
say
is
it.
the one
Just
who is
say it's
responsible
icky.
for doing
Insane to
this
me.
stuff.
Welcome, welcome. Why do all the trouble guests sit in that spot? Question for the panel: if Christianity were true, would you become a Christian? Are you able to scoot into the table
Yeah.
just a little bit? Yes.
So, what's the
Absolute clown behavior. Speaking of Ricochet, they previously banned over 65,000 accounts. Swag's new account was shadow banned.
Is sin in the Ten Commandments.
Bruh.
That's literally that's.
You do not just see your logic here is flawed.
What
so
happened in real
what
life,
you
bro?
want is your preferences. What we want is insecure.
Okay, I guess.
You do for a living, this guy.
He was a DJ. That's where I fucked up.
At Vodafone, supercharge your world with the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 with a
And set herself up to find the highest level partner that she can as a man, which is completely different than what I would teach a young boy.
I really tried, like, and I'm like, some girls were like, Prince, like, they went all out with their costume. I was invited last minute, and I was like, fuck, I don't have the costume, so I literally just wear like little Daisy Duke shorts, a little crop top, I did a cowgirl hat. I'm like, oh no.
That was the precipitating thing. I've said some way more.
I don't know. He's asking me to. But what does fresh and fit even mean? Who you're fresh and you fit? Or you fresh and you fit? Who's fresh and fit? Stupid.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Stupid.
So let me get this straight. You came on a podcast.
Biological sex of
I
female.
think we're getting into different topics.
I don't think we are.
Jive donated $200.
No, there's a trans.
Why the fuck would we give you consent to sleep with anyone? You're not experienced enough to make those decisions, right?
Because it's not. It doesn't apply to all. I'm not saying it applies to all. Again, I never said every
said
single. I've never.
They say an abortion as a woman does.
The man was there to make. The baby.
it's both. I think that's a
right. I'm just asking.
While she's thinking,
It's not a debate.
What is like just passing a bill gonna do if it's like a societal norm issue?
I think it starts at those.
No.
That is based
Actually,
17.
16-year-olds.
It is not. It is not based off of. 18 is fully formed. Your brain is not fully
Wait,
formed
so just
until
to be clear,
25.
you're fine.
Now I'm not
Wait.
saying that any 26
Have to because they're men.
Okay, they should have to.
Because they're men. Yes.
So then, shouldn't trans women?
Trans women should what?
Shouldn't.
Yeah, they're scrapping. Come on now. Come on down.
All right, he's on team 30.
It's really amazing because there actually are really compelling arguments against the age gap argument. But the people who feel
I'm not sitting here and saying that there isn't 30-year-olds that are dating 18-year-olds and they have a healthy dynamic. I'm not saying that isn't
I'm not
a fact.
saying you are. I'm just looking for this idea. If you tell me,
I'm gonna have like 5 of her. You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna happen.
Then
What was that?
I feel like guys that need to have multiple females.
Here we go. There we go.
This with the all-new Shopify point of sale, the all-in-one POS.
No, I think it's really ridiculous that guys are. Also, I've had a lot of guys sit there and complain about how they're jealous that women can actually go into that.
One of the first things I would teach my sons is that empathy is not going to matter. You should not expect empathy from anybody. Because nobody is going to come save you.
Yep.
Nobody is coming. So,
It's like a young adult.
But experience is arbitrary. You can have 19, 18-year-olds far more experience than 25-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah,
that is
so
a factor, for
because
sure.
that is so, there's no way that we could base adults.
Why we had an influx, and it actually just posted they banned 65,000 accounts. So is it coincidence they banned my account and I'm playing Xbox today? If you guys don't know, I really.
FaZe Swag is struggling on a console. Streamers use DS4 Windows to abuse aim assist. Now he's on console. It's just not there.
Women are equal, but you made the claim women aren't constitutionally equal, so the burden is on you to articulate how women aren't constitutionally
Which would cover every human being. Every human being who currently exists in the
I'll
United
do
States.
it. I'll do it myself. Thank you.
Cannot be discriminated
Cheers,
against
man.
based on sex when it
Bye
comes
bye.
to voting.
I'm just asking questions.
No, you're butt in every 5 seconds.
My apologies.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Next time if you want to
Spicy,
talk, just
spicy.
wait your turn.
Anything else that would tangibly change if the ERA was passed for women?
No.
Okay. So then,
OP? Bro. Oh no, God. Is he cheating?
An example.
That's the example I gave.
Okay, so
if you don't like that one, then that's
No,
fine.
I mean,
you don't like it, then move
okay,
on.
but like a real-time example.
I gave you abortion.
Wait. So it's like, even that would just be a really poor example, ultimately.
we have Brian Rookard. Women are already protected. The 14th Amendment already provides equal protection. Married women's property acts were passed in 1830.
Talking into a microphone is legal consent online. So the thing is, you should probably be more concerned with what you say on the show than he has to be concerned with what you say on the show. Does that make sense?
Was that second?
I was asking her, do you feel like it depends on the relationship they have with a baby mom? Why you find it so annoying?
No, I just can't do kids anymore. Like I really, that was a tough. Woman?
Did you say you want to say something? You?
10 wives.
Me?
Okay. Yeah, you were trying to say something before.
Nah, it's good.
I mean, you were.
Whoever else can go.
Because she has
She's not a better
have
partner because she's younger. She's just
less
easier
baggage. She
to
didn't let me-
manipulate. That's genuinely a thing that happens.
I could actually make
Could be not
So
happy.
what you want is a preference. What we want is insecure. See what I did there?
Everybody moves. Sorry, go ahead. Sure.
We're talking about being unfaithful. That's literally.
It's immutable characteristics. That'd be sex, that's race, all of that, right?
And gender now, because of Bostock.
Yeah, these are things that are unchanging. So, well.
And she needs exposure, any kind of exposure.
Condition where
Go ahead.
promote his wife to make money. I don't see it.
Okay, are you guys married?
So you don't think they should be able to consent till they're
I
25?
think voting. I'm not saying that no one can consent. I'm not saying no one can
But I
vote.
thought they weren't
I'm not
adults.
saying that every single woman that is 30.
I'm sorry. We
They
learned
love
that
it.
shit.
I'm not
We
dumb
learned that shit. We don't
either.
take shit.
If someone gets me a fucking Chanel bag, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I don't want it. That's fake. Like, bro, I'm sorry. If
But
you,
at what cost, though?
He's doing what he's supposed to do. No.
So what did
If
you?
he's doing what he's supposed to do, he doesn't need her to make money. He has
So
no
what did you
interest
mean
in
by
her
the
making
table
money.
that she would sit at and nobody knows the
So he
difference?
can
What does
take
that
her
mean?
on a yacht in Dubai and be able to have a conversation where she's old.
There's a lot of controversy surrounding just the whole Xbox experience. You guys don't know. Cheaters found a way to be able to use the Xbox Game Pass, create unlimited accounts, and that's
The
what
lasting image I can make is just bringing a little bit of.
I mean, if you're going to be an antagonist and be an intelligent antagonist that actually, argues the point.
You are not constitutionally equal.
I mean, I told you that I didn't think we were because the ERA didn't pass.
Oh, can you give us
a partner that stays about the same?
I want to hear from Thor here. You just look like a Hemsworth brother. It's a compliment.
Mr. Stoic.
What would you like to know?
No. What else? Anything else you want to ask about?
You're so precious.
So I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
before they reach 18?
Before they reach 18, if they're fully transitioned, then yeah, I would think so.
They don't.
Okay.
The girl is a lot of the times the better off. Like, men really don't give a shit about female opinions.
Women,
The reason why goes back to what I said before. Women live life on easy.
Bill that is named and called entitled the Equal Rights Amendment. Ergo, we don't have equal rights because a bill that is titled the Equal Rights.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, I don't drink. So
Just
doesn't
give-
matter.
Just drink, bro. Anything.
Yeah, but like if you were
wait,
when you lived this
Diddy,
life,
don't even
no.
try, bro. Have you ever had a guy just pay for you?
and honestly, with my two ex-boyfriends, I always sparked their mind and different things. That
So let
they
me ask you
were.
this: all the things you just described, plenty of other women could bring that to the
I know,
table.
but they
so let
want
me ask you
me.
this:
Pregnant, well into your late 30s, 40s, I can actually just make this argument about easier to manipulate a woman who's a little more pressed to get.
The ERA should have passed no problem, and I think that
What would
they're
that have to
also
do with women signing up, though, for the sex, the biological sex of female who's allowed to vote? Why is it that the put on experience? There would be no test we could give for experience.
No.
So if you're looking for physicality, the prefrontal lobe is it.
For physicality, yes.
Well, then if that is
Don't put your feelings involved. It's not going to be a fair fight. You need to get a massive advantage, ruthlessly get a massive advantage, and you'll win.
We've opened up another tab watching on Twitch. Just drop us a follow. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And then we do have a super chat here from Matthew Shrek. Oh, can you hide that?
underneath you when he has to have you. Right?
Would you not be like scared she would just go find somebody like else once you teach her?
It's money. You can't discriminate on the
What
basis
is the
of sex.
19th Amendment?
I don't know what the 19th Amendment is. Do you want to tell me?
Okay, can you pull up the 19th Amendment so we can read it?
But so
By or abridged by the U.S. or by any state on the basis of sex.
I'm actually willing to go with this.
Yeah.
I'm actually willing to engage with this. So then infer that would mean that women who are stronger than other women would just be more violent because they're stronger?
No, but I think that I think that testosterone makes men.
You watch the show?
He's gay.
Is why you watching? Wait, a gay dude watching our show?
I mean, he's in London and I can tell because he hooked up with another.
A long-standing relationship finds her to be beautiful.
Sure.
I think it's just more.
What's the actual issue there?
It's more dangerous for an 18-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man than the others.
I'm gonna think. Do you mind if I have some time to think about it?
Sure.
Okay.
So wouldn't men be not as equal by not having?
You put your titties on the internet.
Yep.
I know the other girls are doing it because it garners attention. I actually feel really bad for young girls right now because they if their attention is currency on Instagram, social media, the way they get seen.
because of her greater urgency to enter into a relationship, she must be easier to manipulate.
That example also sounds like you're a gross person. That doesn't. That example is not less.
Anybody targeting anybody for nefarious purposes is immoral, regardless of their age. So if an 18-year-old is targeting, or a 30-year-old targeting an 18-year-old for...
So I suppose where in the Constitution would it indicate or show that they're not equal to men?
You have the 19th Amendment? Okay, pull it up. Right, the citizens...
Fucking girls be lying, man. All right, what about you?
Well, she did say
Bare minimum.
She did
As
say
long as
broke
she's not a
men are
bum.
loyal.
Bare minimum income per year for you, guy.
Bare minimum at
Yeah.
least 100K.
Okay.
Everything. If the 19th
have
is
it
just
for
for voting.
So actually, hang on. This is a great question, and I would like to answer your question.
Okay.
If you can name a single right that it's equal between all of it, right? Because in this case, then biological men, if they say they're women, they don't have to get drafted.
Sure.
Do men have that
well,
women-
maybe we could talk about like constitutionally then, because like I told you, I don't have the rights. I'm not more prepared, and I'm very sorry about that.
I mean,
Yeah, what's the date?
but
these are
while it would be more dangerous, there's also benefits, right?
I guess.